Hello student, Unique Academy of Science, Class 10, NCERT Syllabus, Chapter number 1, Science Subject, Chapter number 1, Chemical Reactions and Chemical Equations. In this lecture video, we are study types of chemical reaction. But first of all, I request to you, please subscribe my YouTube channel. Now, types of chemical reactions. What are the types? Addition reaction, decomposition reaction, third is single displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, and fifth is redox reaction. Now, first we study addition reaction. Now, what is addition reaction? A reaction in which we can take two or more than two in a reaction in which we can take two or more than two reactant and make a only single one product. We can say that two or more than two substance to form a new substance. So what is the example? For example, we can take hydrogen gas react with chlorine, so it gives HCl. So here you can see that H2 and Cl2 means hydrogen gas and chlorine gas are the substance and make a only single one product. Okay, so another example, nitrogen and hydrogen it's mix and make the ammonia in a Haber process. By the use of the Haber process we can make a product of ammonia gas. So here you can also see that N2 and H3 means nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas are mixed up. Here mistake is, here it is H2 not H3, here it is H2, so it makes the ammonia. So here the two substance make a one new product or make a new substance. Another example, hydrogen and oxygen are also combined and make the water. Magnesium and oxygen are also combined and make the magnesium oxide. Nitrogen and chlorine sodium and chlorine are also mixed up and make the sodium chloride means common salt. Okay, so this is the example of addition reaction in which we can take two or more than two substance and it make the one only single new substance. Okay, so all are the reactants are mixed up and make a single one product. So this is known as addition reaction. Now another example, NH3 means ammonia, it's react with hydrochloric acid and it's make a NH4Cl. Another example, CO means calcium oxide react with CO2 gas and it makes the calcium carbonate. So these are all are example of the addition reactions. Now second, decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction means breaking of a substance into the simpler compound form. So for example, decomposition is one type of reaction in which we can use the heat, light or electricity to decompose a substance into the smallest simpler compound form. For example, if decomposition is brought by the use of the heat, so it is known as thermal decomposition. So in thermal decomposition you can see that example, calcium carbonate, we can give the heat 1000 degrees Celsius. So here it becomes its simpler form means calcium oxide and CO2. Okay, so here calcium carbonate it's converted into two product. So here one only single reactant and make a two or more than two product. Okay, so it is known as decomposition reaction in which we can use the heat. Another example, a decomposition it is performed by the electricity, so it is known as electrolysis. For example, water we can apply the electricity, so it's produce hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Same as NaCl means sodium chloride, we can give the electricity, so it gives the Na means sodium and chlorine gas. Same as Al2O3 means alumina, so it is aluminum oxide, so it gives the aluminum and oxygen. So here we can say that it is opposite type of chemical reaction to the addition reaction. Here we can take the only one single reactant and it's converted into two or more than two products, so it is known as decomposition. Now third, in which we can use the light means sunlight, it is known as photo decomposition reaction. In for example AgBr means silver bromide, so if we can give the silver bromide to a light, then it gives the silver and bromine gas. Same as AgCl means silver chloride, and if we can give the light energy, then it's converted into the Ag and chlorine gas, and silver and chlorine gas is formed. Okay, so this is known as decomposition reaction. So we can say that a decomposition reaction in which a compound decomposes into its elements is known as analysis reaction. For example, another HGO means HGO, so it gives the HgNO2. Same as hydrogen iodide, so it gives the H2 and iodine gas. Okay, so this is the example of the decomposition reaction. Now third is single displacement reaction. Now third is single displacement reaction. Now in single displacement reaction means a displacement of one constituent of the compound by another substance and may be regarded as a displacement reaction. So in which you can, for example, zinc displaces hydrogen from sulfuric acid. So here you can see that Zn means zinc metal, it's put into the H2SO4 means dilute sulfuric acid, so it gives the ZnSO4 and hydrogen gas is removed. Okay, so in this equation you can see that the Zn react with SO4, so here you can see that H is plus and SO4 minus, so here H2, so here H plus 2 means valency is 2 plus, whereas SO4 valency is minus 2. So SO4 it's react with Zn, so Zn valency is Zn plus 2, so Zn plus 2 react with SO4 and hydrogen gas is removed. So here you can see that first SO4 is tied or binding with a H2, but whenever the zinc its reaction is occur, then zinc is highly reactively comparison to hydrogen gas. So zinc is displace the hydrogen and attach to the SO4. So here its ZnSO4 is formed and the hydrogen gas is removed. So in this reaction you can see that the Zn replace the hydrogen from the H2SO4 and the Zn attached to the SO4. So it is known as single displacement reaction. Another example, iron is displace copper from the copper sulfate solution. For example, if we can take the iron and put into the copper sulfate solution, so copper sulfate solution it gives the FeSO4 and the copper is removed. Okay, so here you can see that in this solution CuSO4, so Cu binded with the SO4, but here Fe is highly reactively, so whenever we can give the iron means Fe, then the copper is removed and Fe is attached. So Fe is attached and it gives the FeSO4 means ferrous sulfate, whereas the copper is removed. So Fe is Fe is combined with the SO4 and the Cu is displaced. So we can say that this is the example of single displacement reaction. Now double displacement reaction. A double displacement reaction in which a mutual exchange of radical of the two compounds and taking part in the reaction, and the result the formation of the two new compound, whereas the in single displacement there is the we can take the only one displacement, but in this example, or we can say that in this reaction two displacements are occur. So here in this equation you can see that first NaCl plus AgNO3, it gives AgCl and the sodium nitrate is produced. For example, here the Na valence is Na plus, whereas Cl is -1. Same as Ag is plus, whereas NO3 is -1. So here the Ag react with negatively chlorine, so Ag plus and Cl minus, so Ag plus and Cl minus, it gives AgCl means silver chloride, whereas NO3 is minus means negative charge and the sodium is positive charge. So sodium positive charge and the NO3 is negative charge, so they are react and make the sodium nitrate. So this is the, you can see that here two displacements are occur, Ag displace and Cl is attached. Here NO3 Ag react with chlorine, whereas the Na react with NaNO3. Same as BaCl2 means beryllium chloride and Na2SO4. So Na2SO4 means sodium sulfate, so it gives the BaSO4 plus NaCl. So here in this example you can see that Ba valence is +2, whereas Cl is minus, but here Cl2, so Cl -2 -1, so it becomes -2. Then Na2SO4, so Na is only one valency means plus, but here 2, so +2 and SO4 -2, so SO4 is -2 and here it is Na plus 2 valency. So here you can see that the SO4 react with Ba, so Ba is very highly reactively comparison to sodium. So sodium react with chlorine gas, means sodium means chlorine, means it gives the NaCl, whereas the Ba is react with SO4. Why Ba react with SO4? Because Ba plus 2 valency and SO4 is -2, so they are make a BaSO4 and NaCl is becomes. Okay, so this is known as double displacement reaction. Now oxidation and reaction. Now oxidation, in which we can say that it is one type of chemical reaction in which hydrogen gas is gains and loses, or we can say that or loses the hydrogen. Okay, means oxidation, it is chemical reaction in which a substance gain oxygen or loses hydrogen gas. So since in this reaction oxygen is known as electronegatively, whereas hydrogen is considered as a positively. So oxidation, it is also defined as a reactance, or we can say that oxidation is a reaction in which a substance gains and the electronegatively radical or the loses and electropositively radical. So a reaction in which substance gains hydrogen is known as oxidation. Okay, so for example sulfur is react with oxygen gas, so sulfur is react with oxygen gas and it's make the SO2, not 4, here it is 2, it is correction, here it is SO2, means sulfur react with SO2, so it becomes sulfur oxide, so SO2, not SO4. So sulfur react with oxygen and make the SO2, whereas the SO2 it's also combined with oxygen then it makes the sulfur trioxide, so SO3. Same as another example, calcium is react with oxygen, so it makes the calcium oxide. So it is known as example of oxidation. Now another, a gain or addition of the electronegatively. For example, FeCl2 react with another Cl, so it becomes FeCl3. So here you can see that the FeCl2 and it's add the another negatively charged, so it is known as FeCl3. So this is the another example of the oxidation. So in this reaction we can say that the what is oxidation? Oxidation in which we can add oxygen or remove hydrogen, or another we can say that the we can take the negative charge we can take, so it is known as oxidation. Same is another example, Mg means magnesium react with chlorine gas, so it gives the MgCl2. So here Mg plus and it takes the negatively charge, so Cl is negative charge, so negative charge here it is attached, so MgCl2 it is known as Mg magnesium chloride is formed, so we can say that this is known as oxidation. Then another we can say that the hydrogen removal, for example HCl, so HCl means hydrochloric acid, whenever it's give the hydrogen gas is removed, so hydrogen gas remove means it is losses, the hydrogen gas means plus charge is losses, so this is the example of the oxidation. Another example, Zn react with H2SO4, so Zn remove the H2, so H2 it is known as hydrogen, means hydrogen is removed, so here we can say that it is the another example of the oxidation. Now removal or loss of electropositively radical or element, for example potassium iodide react with H2O2 means hydrogen peroxide, so it gives the KOH means calcium hydroxide and hydroxide, and the iodine gas is removed. Okay, so this is known as oxidation, because here we can remove the iodine, so here you can see that the positive charge is removed. Okay, so sorry, negative charge is removed. Why? Because the iodine is negative charge. Now reduction, a reduction it is the opposite process to the oxidation, or we can say that the adding of hydrogen or remove oxygen, adding of hydrogen and remove the oxygen, it is known as reduction. Or another definition we can say that the positive charge is add, negative charge is remove, so it is also known as reduction. So what are the example? Gain of hydrogen, loss of oxygen atom. For example, gain of hydrogen, chlorine react with hydrogen sulfide and it gives the HCl and sulfur is removed. So here you can say that the hydrogen gas is added, so it is known as reduction. Another example, oxygen and hydrogen combine with and make the water, so it is also example of the reduction, hydrogen is added. Then gain of any electropositive radical or element, for example copper chloride react with another copper element, so it gives the Cu2Cl2. Another, loss of oxygen atom, so loss of oxygen atom means copper oxide react with hydrogen, so hydrogen gas is add, or we can say that hydrogen gas is remove the oxygen, for example CuO plus H2, so it gives the Cu plus H2O. So here H2 gas attached with hydrogen oxygen, so oxygen is removed from the copper oxide, so we can say that this is the example of reduction. Another, zinc oxide react with carbon, so it gives the zinc metal and carbon monoxide gas is produced, so it is another example of the reduction. Now fifth one is redox reaction. Redox reaction in which we can say that if the oxygen if the oxidation and reduction is also occur in single one reaction, so we can say that the oxidation and reduction occur side by side. There is no oxidation without any equivalent to reduction. Means we can say that if oxidation is performed, then we can say that the reduction is also performed. So it is known as redox reaction. Now redox reaction, in which we can say that the oxidation and the reduction are become simultaneously, so one by one it's depends on each other, so it is known as redox reaction. Reaction in which oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously are known as redox reaction. For example, Co means copper oxide react with H2. So here you can see that oxidation, how it's performed, because the oxygen is add to the hydrogen gas and makes the water, so it is known as oxidation. Whenever another, you can see that copper remove and the oxygen is add to the water, so oxygen is add to the hydrogen, so it is known as oxidation. Same as another, you can see that the removal of the oxygen means oxygen is removed from the copper, so oxygen is removed from the copper, so here it becomes only copper. So removal of oxygen, it is also known as reduction. So reduction is also performed and the oxidation is also performed. So two reaction are becomes reduction and oxidation are simultaneously. So this is known as redox reaction. Okay, now this is the questions you can solve and put into the group. So these all are the question. There is the total 10 question and this all 10 objective question and 8 are the long question answer. So solve this all question answer, and if you have any doubt of the chemical reaction and any balance of chemical reaction, then please contact me. If you have any doubt in chemical reactions or in this chapter, then please contact me, not to other. Okay, so you first contact me, and if any doubt, then please give the comment into the lecture video. You have option in whenever you can see that my video, then there is the option for comment, so please comment if any doubt. Then if any have you have doubt, then contact me directly. Okay, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you.